A very good evening all. I'm Niti Lamba and welcome to tonight's segment of Vision of Asia, our daily South Asian news airing daily at 8 p.m. Eastern with a weekly review of top stories every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. Hope you all are having a wonderful week so far. There is a lot happening on the ground as the holiday season kicks in soon, representing themes of giving back, volunteerism and humility. We are now looking to showcase several stories on these themes, so do connect with us on events at itvgold.com if you or your association is partaking in holiday giving activities, especially the ones conducting food and toy drives this month of November and December. We take pride in presenting community service highlights, so we hope to hear from many of you and are also looking forward to celebrate the season with our fellow South Asians. Also, we're now taking this platform to acknowledge all Indian and South Asian nonprofits that are truly congregating this season to uplift the most underserved children and families through education, food, empowerment, and much more. On that note, let's begin tonight's episode packed with some of the biggest faces and changemakers from Hollywood and Bollywood, including Padma Bhushan Anupam Kher, all on the essence of being true to the South Asian cultural values. This and much more right after a short break. Stay with us on Vision of Asia, voice of the community. We'll be right back. And welcome again. I'm Aditi Lamba and you are watching the Tuesday night edition of South Asian News, Vision of Asia. Beginning the episode, let's take a look at the very successful and truly enjoyed by all in attendance, the 2019 New York City South Asian Film Festival presented by Toyota. The first of its kind, produced by Jingo Media, the film festival featured 24 feature films and shorts with several timely and relevant themes impacting the South Asian community as well as relating various attributes of the culture. Kicking off the festival was the screening of new Bollywood movie The Sky is Pink, starring Priyanka Chopra Jonas and Farhan Akhtar, an empowering movie which depicts a unique take and a celebration of death with humor and heart. The New York City South Asian Film Festival screening of The Sky is Pink was graced by the film's director and writer, national award-winning filmmaker and producer Shonali Bose. The passionate storyteller, director Shonali Bose definitely put her soul into the movie, which beautifully tackles social issues, family bonding, and much more. The director addressed all in a question and answer segment post the screening of the film festival, giving much insights into the making of the movie. Here is the story featuring director Shonali Bose at the New York City South Asian Film Festival on The Sky is Pink.
New York Indian Film Festival has shown Margarita with a Straw and Amu, both Shonali's films, and I was delighted to introduce her to Jitin for this film, which is just phenomenal. So bravo to Shonali for all three films. And this one should do really well if it's screened again. I believe it's already been all over the tri-state area. I hope more people get to see it.
The script wasn't being picked up by anybody. I was doing some other project. And so there had been enough of a passage of time and a distance from the script. And I came back and I read it and I was not happy. I knew something was missing. And I decided that, I'm just going to undo the whole thing. And, as you taught us, and this is the scariest thing for a writer to do. Like, it's terrifying to take your script apart and just start from scratch and put it in pieces. But I did that, and I was like, that's when I got the idea I want to do it non-linear. And so I made script cards, scene cards, and I just jumbled them up and I did color-coded them according to the timeline. So I knew I wanted their romance, their marriage and their marriage before her birth, including the loss of their first child, which actually I sort of gleaned out of them, that was still a very buried subject with them.
It is just one of the most beautiful films I've ever seen. It's uplifting, it's honest, it's deep, it's layered. It seems like it would be sad, but it is not. It is just human. It is just a beautiful human film.
I am so ready and excited as a creator and writer to write about the loss of a child. I want to write about the loss of a child. It was extremely conscious that is why I said yes to it. Right? At that time, I'm not necessarily excited and inspired by their story. I was like, this is an opportunity to explore something that I really want to explore. So it was very conscious. And also because by the time I started writing the script, I was in an extremely beautiful place with Ishan's death. So when I made Margarita, which I started writing just 4 months after his death, it was on his birthday, I was able to celebrate his birthday with as much joy as if he were alive. And I wrote Margarita with a straw, but it was so freshly made, it was so raw, the grief, that was difficult to make. The Sky's Pink was just complete sheer joy for me.
This movie should come with a warning of waterproof mascara because it takes you through the highs and lows of life. 1 minute you are laughing, next minute you are crying. And the story is depicted so well about the emotions that the whole family goes through a child's disease. But she's put it such a beautifully, with such a humor and very tastefully done. I'm hoping that the people on Netflix really welcome it and give it the honor and the credit it deserves.
It's a sad story, but the way the story was told was amazing because it's the voiceover of the girl. And the Q&A was amazing because the professor, her professor from UCLA was here for the Q&A. So they connected and they talked about filmmaking skills and the real life story of managing your emotions when you have a real story to tell, and the actual family who went through this.
We grow and we thrive. This is the first time there's an accurate representation of our lives. And I want to thank you. I'm forever grateful of showing what our lives look like, all the joy, all the pain. It's beauty. That's why we're here.
And it was really great to see how well the story was told, and that there, like Jodhi said, that there is beauty with illness, and it is a rare disease, and so people don't hear about it. But when we do, we make connections with other patients, and it really our community is a family, and this is great for our community.
She writes beautifully, and then she takes that script and makes it into such a powerful, believable, even though it takes time and you're watching every moment. I thought it was extraordinary.
What a terrific audience, amazing audience. I wish more people like this had gone into the theaters bloody and helped my box office.
We now have an ITV Gold exclusive featuring the red carpet premiere of new movie Warrior Queen of Jhansi in New York City. Directed and produced by Bhise, the movie is 2019 British period drama film based on the 1857 Indian rebellion against British East India Company and the courageous tale of Rani or Queen of Jhansi, an Indian freedom fighter and an iconic feminist who fought against all odds to resist against the British colonialism of India, honoring women empowerment and the strength of Indians. The film stars Devika, Bhise, Jodhi, Ben Lam and Ajinkya Dio. We have tonight exclusives from the red carpet premiere featuring the cast and crew of Warrior Queen of Jhansi. Let's take a look what they all shared.
You are our greatest warrior. Now, you must be a queen.
How challenging was it to make this film?
It was tremendously challenging. We had a number of things come up. I mean, we had to shoot in England, India, Ouazzazate, Morocco with 3 different countries, 3 different currencies, 3 different... and in Jodhpur and Jaipur, we were in a lot of huge historic locations. It's a history period piece, right? So every single set had to be authentic and beautiful. So there was a lot that went into this film, and so we're really, really thrilled that we've gotten it to this point.
How do you feel now that this important film is being released tonight?
I feel excited. I feel very proud. My mother, Bhise, this has been her passion project for the last few years, and she's done really nothing but day in and day out work to make sure that every single part of this has gone to plan, and I never expected that it would release in theaters. And here we are, you know. So she had a vision and a goal and absolutely made that happen. So I'm very, very proud of her for that.
The East India Company is the greatest corporation in the history of the world.
And we will protect our interests.
Agreed. I must inform you that the East India Company will proceed with the annexation of Jhansi.
He seized the throne from my son. I must do what is best for my people, as your queen must do for hers.
Is that young queen still refusing to submit to company rule?
She will never surrender.
The best way to tell a story is actually on the big screen because it has a greater outreach and it resonates and stays in history. And I felt the Rani story was too important to be kept in the books or just in plays and theatre, which is important. But I took the big step of the film because she needs a story told on a big screen for the entire world to see.
How do you feel tonight, that this is a big night tonight and the film's coming out?
I think I'm very, very calm because I feel I've given birth to this child and she will find a place. And I look forward to the reaction from people, but they must keep in mind she was real. She was born in the 1850s, she died at 1858. Keep that in mind when watching a film in 2019 and look at her spirit. We can aspire to be like her. That's what is most important to me.
A really important moment to be telling stories about female leadership and empowerment, and I think it's also brilliant to be involved in a film that is so pioneering in terms of getting diverse stories told, and also women behind the camera and female-led films. At this point in time, it feels like there's a lot more receptivity to them, and so that's incredibly exciting in and of itself.
I'm overjoyed, and I actually can't believe that I'm standing here in New York for the red carpet of the warrior queen of Jhansi. And it was a wonderful journey, the way we shot it, and Swati has been such a wonderful director and a person who has taken the whole film through on her shoulders. It was a great experience all the way, after having done almost 150 films in English, Marathi, Hindi before me in India. But now this was something that I will never forget. It was a wonderful, wonderful journey till here, and I'm happy to be here.
I'm really, really excited to see it because I haven't seen it yet. But I think also just privileged to have been a part of it, and I'm really looking forward to seeing people's response to it.
It's time for another short break. Stay tuned on to Vision of Asia. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is the Tuesday night edition of South Asian News with Vision of Asia. We have now one of our biggest stories of the week. A big shout out for Akshaya Patra Foundation New Jersey chapter in raising $600,000 recently at their 2019 annual gala held in New York. The foundation is one of India's largest non-profits that serves the Game Changer midday meal plan program, feeding over 1.8 million underserved children fresh and wholesome hot lunches across 12 states and 2 union territories in India. The aim here is to eliminate classroom hunger by implementing the midday meal scheme in government schools of India, hence making a great partnership between Akshaya Patra and the government of India, which hopes to counter malnutrition and support the right of education for socioeconomically disadvantaged children. At the New Jersey Gala, prominent donors, supporters, and volunteers of Akshaya Patra came together, raising bids in silent and open auctions, along with several community leaders and officials from the Indian consulate. A great event focused on sheer humility and the gift of feeding child hunger. The 2019 Akshaya Patra Gala also saw Bollywood star Padma Bhushan Anupam Kher as the chief guest of honor, who urged all to donate freely and understand the impact of changing lives of millions of children in India. Let's take a look at this exclusive coverage.
Always resonates with me.
It says that the man came with nothing but believed in kuch bhi ho sakta hai. When I talk about Akshaya Patra, I actually believe that I am one of those children about whose this whole fundraising is about. But something that I've done in my life makes me stand on stage and talk to you. So it's possible that tonight you are going to help some child who will one day be a chief guest or a guest of honor and will be talking to you.
Thanks everyone. Thank you so much for being with us here on ITV Gold. Dr. Parekh, we love having causes that truly support and build children. What do you have to say about the fact that Akshaya Patra aims to really empower millions of children by providing those hot and fresh lunches in schools across the country?
Well, what Akshaya Patra is doing, it's a great initiative and it's a great work, because this is the only way you can bring those 20 million children or 2 million children every year to the school, because they come for the hot meal, but really our goal is to make them, educate them in the school. And that's a great way of inciting them to come to the school. Yes. And Dr. Rachna Kulkarni and Anand Kulkarni, they are doing the great work here. They are the one who are the pioneer of the New Jersey chapter of the Akshaya Patra. Yeah. And as probably everyone should know that Akshaya Patra this year got Gandhi Award from the government of India, by Prime Minister of India and President of India. And that shows that Akshaya Patra is one of the very premier NGO in working in India.
Akshaya Patra has increased the enrollment for kids in school, because a lot of times parents have to face a difficult choice whether to keep the kids out of school, to help out, to run a household, or can they afford to send them to school, because where are they going to feed the kid? But Akshaya Patra takes that difficult choice out of parents' hands, and by providing unlimited food for education, they have increased enrollment of kids in school, especially girl children. They have increased because if there is one child that's left behind, it's usually the girl child. And Akshaya Patra gives them education and helps them better choices in life. So it's a powerful tool.
Because Akshaya Patra is doing great job, and I would like to congratulate Rachna Kulkarni and Anand Kulkarni for putting up such a big show. And Akshaya Patra, by providing education to the girl child and boy child, not only food, but providing education, and the education is the way to enlighten the life of any child. So Akshaya Patra is doing great job year after year.
We want to show people what Akshaya Patra can do with their technology, with their management backing, with high-tech machines, that they can produce meals at low cost, distribute these nutritious meals, hot meals to the students, and for $20 you can feed one student for the entire school year. For the whole school year, for one pizza that we eat, we can feed one child for the entire school year. Now, when you think of that, this is the biggest return of investment that you can see with any charitable organization. So this is the biggest bang for your charitable buck.
Year after year, just the increase of participation is absolutely amazing. How are you feeling today? And, a message that you would like to give to everyone that showed up today for the cause?
Well, it's very heartwarming. It's very humbling that people make that their cause. Yes. It's also very important that they trust it. Yes. So when you bring people like this in a room together, and they support it with not just money but also with resources. What also happens is that they become our spokespeople, and they talk about us, and the word of mouth publicity that we get afterwards, that is amazing, because it percolates into the community.
But, sir, how important was it for you to show up for your participation to Akshaya Patra and really come out and support the cause? Also, Government of India works very closely with Akshaya Patra, running a lot of these government school plans. Your take on that, sir?
Well, Akshaya Patra has been a partner of not only of the Government of India but a number of states. Akshaya Patra has really set many benchmarks and has given best practices for different parts of the governments to follow. As you rightly said, we all have come together to join hands for this noble cause, and be it the private sector, the government, or non-profits or media, I think this is such a fantastic cause that everyone will be so happy and glad to come here and join hands. Any small effort from everyone, when we combine together, it will be something big. And I mean, all these efforts are going to make changes in positive changes in lives in India. So that is the most important thing, and I'm very happy to be here. I hope that this partnership with Akshaya Patra of the Government of India as well as of different states continues in the future, and we reach much greater heights. Thank you.
How does it feel to come to such a community like this and talk about issues that truly matter to everyone that's sitting in that room, including yourself?
Well, I think it is absolutely incredible, and this event today is, I believe, the biggest one that has occurred in the United States, with about 510 people. And the second largest one was just under 500 in Boston, which I also went to. And I think what's absolutely amazing about this event, because of all the people involved with it, is it basically is focusing on the thing that we need to be most focused on, which is tomorrow. Because tomorrow is where we're going to spend the rest of our lives. And feeding young children who will feed tomorrow is our future.
That's so true. You know, for your address today, I know you're definitely looking forward to it, and so is everyone here. What do you really hope, is, come across through that address? What do you really hope people take back when they are thinking about Akshaya Patra, tomorrow or day after? What are your hopes with that?
So I'll be speaking more broadly, because there'll be people speaking specifically about Akshaya Patra. So I'll be talking a little bit about change and the future, and why the change in the future aligns with Akshaya Patra. But there are, I think, two things that are very important. The first thing is that what makes us real is we're all human beings, right? And we have to understand that what connects us is human beings, which is the first thing. The second is that everybody in the room is extremely fortunate, right? And because we are fortunate, it's often, and all of the people in the room have already, by being here, recognized they are fortunate because they've either bought a table or someone who's invited them has bought a table, right? And so they've already basically recognized that. They know they're fortunate. But what we are basically going to sort of explain to them is how, in effect, how they can continue to always help others, because we did not get here by ourselves, right? We got here because people helped us, and lo and behold, even though we were not any good, we became good. So we need to continue to help people, and one way to help people is to help people that we don't even know.
Mr. Kher, you have such an amazing passion for India, so much love for Indians. You have had your own humble journey of understanding the value of, ek pura khana, ek time ka. How does it feel now, everything coming back into a circle and you motivating everyone on that thought?
Even if I was not a celebrity, I would have done the same thing. It's important to feed children, especially children who are underprivileged children. And I think Akshaya Patra is doing phenomenal work. This is my 4th chapter with them. I went with them to Chicago, to San Francisco, and to LA. The whole concept of hot meals, the whole concept of feeding children, and on such a grand scale, I think it's a large-scale industry. But for giving the children, I think it's fantastic. Yeah.
Talking about the fact that this organization, the non-profit, brings in government schools of India, interacts with the government of India, then brings in personalities such as you as ambassadors, as celebrities, to garner more attention and raise more donations and raise more awareness. How do you have to say about their concept of getting that attention onto the cause? And
it's a phenomenal concept. When it was first, they had only one kitchen, which was in Bangalore. I was shooting for a film that I had directed, Om Jai Jagdish. Right. I had gone there and fed children along with Abhishek and Mahima. Since then they've grown amazingly. It's a well-educated, highly successful people come together. And when they start something, a concept like this, it gives a lot of encouragement to other organizations. They may not be bigger organizations, but at least it starts a momentum, it starts a movement where other people also feel the same thing. And I've seen their visuals, I've seen their audio visuals.
Yes.
The children are phenomenally happy. And both the meals should be given to a child.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy that if it does not happen. So that's why I feel that people who are living, Indians who are living outside India, they have an amazing sense of nature of giving. They are successful people, successful entrepreneurs, but they also do wonderful giving back to their own country and giving back to organizations like Akshaya Patra for feeding children every day. I think is phenomenal. It's fantastic.
Watch Mr. Anupam Kher's exclusive full interview this Saturday, November 23rd at 10:30 a.m. on Inside Scoop. And that is all for tonight's show. Remember to send us your suggestion and get your voices and organizations on our show, especially if you are giving back and raising awareness for nonprofits this season. Email us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on Facebook @itvgold. Remember, you can also now subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch many of our popular shows for free. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Vision of Asia, and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.